you doing, Ryan?
Well, I'm just finishing the sanding there so I get a good bond with the resin. So it bonds tight to the wood.
Like...
See, there's little lumps from glass in the top there. You can see them. So I'm just smoothing.
Show us the bumps.
See the little bump there? See that? That's a little bump. So I'm glassing, just sanding all those little bumps down before I put the glass on the bottom of the board.
Alright.
You can see there, top of the board's been glassed already. Needs another coat. So this is the beginning of the final stages of this.
The beginning of the end.
This is the beginning of the end here.
Tum, 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 What's the second most important thing you said?
The second most important. Well, what now I'm doing is I'm just taking off all the little blemishes that were left behind by the red sander here. It tends to leave little red spots on the board. So I'm taking them off because once you put the glass on, you can glass all those little stains and all that kind of, all those little ugly spots. You don't want to glass them in. So I'm just taking them off by hand. And then it'll be ready for glassing. Clean squidgy is a very important thing to have. Always keep your squidgy as clean as you can. You would just want to use a bit of acetone for that, and that's going to make sure that your resin goes on nice and clean. You don't want any blobs of dust or anything like that in it. Also, safety precautions. You can see Pierre and myself are both wearing the finest disposable safety masks to prevent these volatile compounds from entering our lungs. Now, mixing your resin and your hardener, it's really important to get just the right mix, okay? I always err on the side of a little too hard than a little too soft.
So you're preparing all the stuff before the glassing?
I am. I'm now going to mix the resin, which is just polyurethane resin. I'm going to mix that with the catalyst, which is this hardener here.
What is it for?
Well, when the two of these things mix together, then this causes this resin to harden and solidify.
Oh,
so you mix the two of them together, and that's what your surfboard's made out of. You got to mix it together really, really well. Helps to heat it up a little bit too, but if you heat it up it starts to cure faster, so I'm not heating it. I'm just going to mix it together really well. Alright, it's all mixed.
Well, now it's ready to go.
Now it's ready to go. You pour it onto your board and you spread it across the top with your squeege. And you just try and keep it nice and even. You don't want it doesn't have to go on too thick. The idea is just to seal in the wood to keep the water from getting at the wood, which will damage the wood. You just want a nice even coat all over the board.
So Ryan, your glassing is done, so I'm gonna explain us a little bit the aim of this board and all the story of
Well, a lot of people have been asking, will this board float you? Is it surfable? Things like that. The answer is, you have to kind of forget about all the surfing as we know it today, right? This board is based on an old, like a really old Hawaiian design, before the days of like turns and all that kind of stuff. So, basically what it's meant to do is it's meant to to feel the la-la. And the la-la is like, it's this Hawaiian word, and it means to slide sideways in the pocket of the wave. So there's no fins on it. So like the idea is you get into the wave and you're sliding kind of sideways down the face, but it holds it in the pocket, which is the, you know, sort of the part right in front of the whitewater. And it's not really meant to be able to float you when it's not moving. It's only thin. It's only like 3/4 of an inch thick. So it's gonna have to be moving to support anyone's weight, really. And I think sort of in the next week it should be done. We'll put it to the test.
So let's get for the lala.
Let's get ready for the la-la, baby.